When it comes to the various factors that influence food intake, we have looked into a couple of factors like how family environment influences the food intake, how uh, child care centers or the schools influence the food intake. Likewise, we will also try to look into another factor that can influence the food intake, that is screen time. So let's have a look about how screen time influences the food intake in the children in the subsequent slides. So every one of us knows that if we compare the screen time like a couple of decades ago and to now, at least a decade ago and to now, we know the screen time has drastically increased. So nowadays, it has become a common practice to let the child watch TV or play a game on the phone so that they can eat their food. So previously, if you see like a decade ago or like 90s kids and all, they used to gather outside while feeding their babies, while they are having their outdoor activities or games, they used to feed. Nowadays, it has become a common practice that a phone or a tablet or a TV screen will be on, and some kind of a cartoon or some kind of a game will be going on while they have their food. So to conveniently eat their food without any disturbance and all. So these days, parents have started increasing the screen time for their kids as well. It has become a very common practice. And we can also see the children, if once they get used to it, if they don't get that screen time while having the food, they just become so fussy, and obviously the parents give up and they start giving them the screen time. So television viewing has been linked to excessive weight gain in school age children and adolescents. So what happens, obviously excessive screen time makes the child much more sedentary, which can lead to increase in the weight gain in the children. So when kids watch TV, they are often exposed to various advertisements for unhealthy foods, for various biscuits, chocolates, noodles and everything. All those advertisements pop up, which can encourage them to eat more and to choose or make unhealthy food choices, which can contribute to an weight gain and also to an increase in their body mass index. So when children eat sitting in front of any screen, they may not understand what or how much they have eaten. It's obvious, right? So when you are eating, if you are distracted because of the screen time, you will not really understand how much of food you have eaten, and you'll also be not able to understand your body's signals or cues as well. So obviously this distraction, the screen time, can make you overeat. So as a result, they may either sometimes eat less or mostly they continue eating even after becoming full, leading to overeating, excess caloric consumption, again increasing the risk of obesity. 3 to 5 year olds often perceive commercials as just another part of the regular TV program and may even pay more attention to them than the actual content of the show. And too much screen time often leads to inactivity and sedentary behavior. So instead of being physically active or engaging in other productive activities, children may spend long hours sitting and staring at the screens, which can increase the risk of obesity. And because of the increased screen time, it can also affect the vision or the eyesight as well. So it is very important for the parents to differentiate between meal time and screen time, whether on mobile or television. So it's always good, as much as possible, try not to introduce screen time to your kids while having meals, whether it could be breakfast, a small meal, or a snack, or a lunch, or a dinner, anything. So there has to be a dedicated meal time where you sit with your kid or a child and try to interact with them, try to bring about a positive environment and try to feed your kid, or try to have a family meal time which can increase that positive which can create a positive environment among the kid as well as the family, rather than introducing the kid to the screen time. So to differentiate the meal time and the screen time separately, what measures can a family can take? So the family should make a habit of keeping away mobile, tablets, or switch off the TV while having meals. The child should be counseled and explained continuously about the harmful effects of screen on the eyes and on eating meals as well. So maybe once they are used to the screen time, when you try to counsel your child, they may not accept it immediately, or they may not adapt to that new habit immediately. There can be some resistance, but you should persistently counsel them and explain them why screen time and meal time has to be separate. And not just explaining them, you should also practice, because children observe their elders and try to reciprocate what they do. So what I say, practice before you preach, so that your child can follow what you're doing. So it is essential to limit children's exposure to excessive and non-educational screen time. A routine should be set for the child and meals should be fed on time. So they should be having a specific timing during which they will be having their meals or snacks. So they should be having a proper meal schedule or dietary schedule throughout the day. So in the absence of any schedule, what happens? The child may not feel hungry at the meal time, and parents may feed the child by occupying him or her with the screen. So proper maintenance of meal schedule and timings is very, very important. So instead of providing them the screen time, what has to be done? We need to encourage the children to be physically active, engaging them in various varieties of outdoor activities or outdoor plays, and participating in other activities that do not involve screens can promote healthy growth and development of the child. So at this following link, it is a interactive tool that can be used by any family to set up a healthy media environment to improve the health and well-being of the children as well as parents. So you can use you can choose this interactive tool by going on this link.